Hey guys, today is December 8th, 2018. Today I wanted to discuss a recent Time magazine article which touts the benefits of egg consumption and has set off a lot of bullshit detectors in the vegan community. Now, I'm sure Time magazine is aware, and they even alluded to it, that egg consumption is a controversial topic. So now I don't have a journalism degree, but this is how I would think a unbiased article should work. You would consult with and interview two sides of the story. You'd have an expert on either side, and each side could state their case, and then the other side could critique the other side's case, and then you could allow for a rebuttal of those critiques. But of course, none of this happened in this article. It was completely one sided. And on to the article and what it contained. Of course, it started with the obligatory eggs are the perfect protein, and we need protein to build strong bones and muscles and all that kind of thing. I can tell you from personal experience that I haven't consumed any animal protein for 11 years, and I also don't eat any protein powders. And you're more than welcome to view some of my other videos on this channel. And if you feel that I am suffering from a protein deficiency, please let me know. But on to the article, it starts out, one thing it references is the 2015 dietary guidelines, and the article states that cholesterol is not a nutrient of concern in the 2015 dietary guidelines. Now, we all know eggs contain quite a bit of cholesterol, but if you actually read the 2015 dietary guidelines, they clearly state that people should seek to minimize the consumption of cholesterol. So I think if you read these pro animal protein articles online, you'll see a similar pattern often, and that is they cite references, but if you actually read the references, they don't support what the article writer is trying to argue for. Now, further on in the article, they reference a study indicating that people who consume a moderate amount of eggs actually experience less heart disease than people who consume very few eggs. And this study was conducted in China. It did include a lot of people, I guess 400,000, which that part is good. And it did follow them over a fairly long period, I think 9 years or so. But what was interesting, so the people who ate, for one thing, the characteristics of these different groups were not quite the same. If anybody knows about scientific methodology, you should always control for confounding variables. And if you look at the study carefully, the group that ate a very small amount of eggs, 36% of them earned under $10,000 a year, whereas in the group that ate more eggs, only 25% of them earned less than $10,000 a year. So you had more poor people in this group of people who ate fewer eggs. And the non-egg eaters actually smoked a little bit more too. That probably didn't help their results. And another thing about the study, I don't even know why they bothered doing it, because the low egg eating group consumed on average of 0.29 eggs per day, whereas this moderate amount of egg consuming group consumed 0.56 eggs per day. So that's very little difference. I mean, how could you glean any meaningful information from such a minute difference in egg consumption. I mean, how about comparing people who eat 0 eggs to people who eat 2 eggs a day or 4 eggs a day? And then one more thing is that they also had a group who ate the most amount of eggs, and they ate 0.76 eggs per day, and they actually had slightly higher incidence of heart disease than the people who ate a very few eggs. So how this is supportive, if their own references don't support what they're arguing for, you really have to call into question the validity of these articles. And Time Magazine, people wonder why I have no trust in the mainstream media. Well, it's things like this. That's exactly why. So I sent an email to Time Magazine at editors@time.com and calling them out on this. And I'm sure a lot of other vegans have. So I would encourage anybody else to do the same.